Hello, I hope you're doing fine. I hope you're doing wonderful. I hope you are disco in. This is a market brief and gold brief. I'm going to start with gold, then I'm going to end with the market. I hope you're doing fine. I hope you're doing wonderful. Please, before I start, like. If you like, share, subscribe, comment, please. Helps us circulate this video. Good deal. This is the VIX. A lot of things changed from last week. Now I'm extremely bullish. Things changed, and I have to change with everything else. So we have a bearish disco combo in the VIX daily time frame, and it's extremely reliable in the past, and it seems like it's like cycle. Now we're gonna have a cycle low in both in the market and in gold, using so many things, including the VIX. So the VIX gave me a buy signal in the market today. If you put it on the top of GDX, GDXJ, anything, everything, the Dow Jones, you see the inverse correlation with the VIX. So the VIX in the daily time frame. Let's look at the VIX in the weekly time frame. Same thing. The sell signal did not get. I was thinking we might have a bullish MACD and a bullish disco combo, but this thing did not get validated. Now it's not. It's a buy signal. It's like a kiss formation to the downside, and it's a bearish disco combo in the weekly time frame, which means a rally in the market. So I talked about the VIX, the daily and weekly, and how now they support a rally in the market. Now this is the UUP, the ETF for the DXY, and every time the stochastic stays overbought for some times, then it goes below 80. Price destruction takes place in the DXY, in the UUP. Okay, it's every time, even if you take it back. So that means no liquidation mode, and it's going to be the pressure is going to be off of precious metals as well. So this is the UUP, the daily time frame. I talked about the VIX, daily, weekly. Let me talk about TLT. TLT did beautiful bullishness today too. So it supports lower yields and supports more money going to the risky assets. Now it's amazing. Now when you go risk off, it's risk on. So now we have an island reversal now here, right here. We gap down and we gap back up, and we closed above all that price action right here. And the stochastic is over 20, which is really bullish with positive divergence. I'm expecting the full-on disco combo to be on next week. And this is really bearish for the dollar too. Lower yields, lower dollar. So this is TLT in the daily time frame. Let's look at TLT in the weekly time frame. We made a hammer formation in the weekly time frame with a bullish MACD and a high reading in both the stochastic and RSI in that weekly time frame. And it looks extremely bullish. Most likely we can have at least a rally like the one we had back in June 2022. Okay, so this is TLT daily, weekly. Let's look at GLD. GLD managed to close above the 20-day moving average, and the 10 now is sloping up. It looks like it wants to do a bullish crossover, and not to mention that disco combo in GLD. Let's look at what happens in the past whenever you have this type of bullish disco combo in GLD. It is always always very bullish, especially when you go above 50 for the RSI right here. So you consolidated back in October 2022, and this is what happens. You consolidated in yeah, briefly here, and that's what happened. And that's what happens. So every time you have a disco bullish combo in GLD, always good things happen. Okay, and also if you look at it this way, you have an inverted head and shoulder, and you broke out of it, a mini one. It's extremely obvious if you change the time frame to 2 hours. Okay, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, breakout. Capiche? Good deal. So this is the GLD in the daily, weekly, and also a 2 hour time frame. Okay, good deal. I don't know if I talked about the weekly. Now I'm talking about the weekly. In the weekly, first you have a kiss formation in the MACD. You have a high rating in stochastic and also an RSI over 50 with a one white soldier, and it's definitely bullish with the price expansion of 2.5%. And most of the times, whenever you go, you had 4 weeks back to back, 5 weeks, about 5 negative weeks back to back, and one white soldier. Most likely, you will have a rally. Okay, so I talked about the GLD daily, weekly, and the 2 hours, SLV. The stochastic came out of oversold, which is extremely bullish with positive divergence, which makes it really bullish because you're going to catch a lot of bears and you're going to make a bear trap. And you have a bullish discount combo, even though the MACD is still not in a bullish mode, but it's going to be by Monday. So this is SLV in the daily time frame. The weekly, I didn't think there are a lot of things going on in the weekly. Yes, you have a price expansion, you have a bullish Harami, but you have a bearish indicators. But the gold is telling a different story. Now GDXJ, oh golly, it's the same thing. You have a bullish disco combo and an inverted hand and shoulder formation, a mini one, and you broke out of it as well. And it's obvious in the 1 hour, 2 hour time frame. I think the correct price is 35.16, which is above this consolidation. So even GDXJ is very bullish with bullish disco combo. And let's see what happens in the weekly time frame. It is extreme high price expansion, over 650 because it's 35.16, and one white soldier in a weekly time frame, but bearish stochastics and MACD, and it's very close to have an RSI over 50 in a weekly time frame, which is always beautiful thing. You always have a rally every time you go over 50, almost not more than 90% of the time, all the time. So it's a big event to go over 50 for the GDXJ. Let me look at the Dow Jones. So bullish on TLT, bullish on the bearish on the VIX, bearish on UUP, and that would mean bullish in the market. This is the S&P 500. We had 2 days back to back, and stochastic over 20, which is extremely important, and RSI over 50. And as I said before, every time this happens, it's a big deal all the time. Let's look at the weekly time frame for the S&P. It's almost a kiss formation here in the MACD. It's a bullish MACD, high reading in stochastic, and also RSI over 50, which is extremely bullish. Let's look at that 50 and 200-day moving average, and we managed to close over both the 50 and 200-day moving average, and they are in bullish formation for the S&P. In conclusion, I'm bullish on gold, bullish on TLT, bullish on GDX, GDXJ, and bullish on the market, bearish on other things that makes the bearish market. This is GDX, another beautiful expansion with beautiful discount combo. And if we look at the discount combo for GDX, you're gonna see how believable and how reliable it is in the daily time frame, especially if we come out of oversold. So here, this happens. Here, this happens. Oversold, this happens. This many thing happens or happened, and also this happened. So it's a major event always. So everything I talked about today proved itself in the past, and a trader is always changing his or her mind. We don't get stuck in a narrative. We don't get stuck in any thesis. We change our minds all the time. Please like if you like, share, subscribe, and do remember, this goes forever.